and today I'm going to teach you guys how to make interface orbs, glowing interface orbs. So, what you're going to do is you're going to obviously open up Photoshop, create a new document, and make it whatever size you want. I'm going to make it 900 by 900, just for shits and giggles, because it doesn't really matter. But what I like doing is I like making things large, and then if I need to, I can scale them down because when I make backgrounds like desktop backgrounds, I like to make them. I think it's 3840 by 2160, so that gives you a great resolution and it makes everything crystal clear and nice. And that'll work for pretty much any widescreen monitor. If someone has, like, say, a 26-inch monitor, it doesn't stretch out like it does, like with the 1920 by 1080, since it's like twice as big, but it's still in the same resolution, so it doesn't matter. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select your marquee tool, but you're going to want to make an elliptical marquee tool. Because this is going to be a circular orb. Now, to make the marquee tool select a perfect circle, you're going to want to hold shift and drag it to your desired size. So, right about there. Then, what you're going to want to do, make a new layer by hitting Control Shift N, enter, and just go back there. You're going to want to right click. You're going to want to fill and use white. Okay. Now you can just deselect that. And now you have your circle here to deal with. So, what you're going to want to do is go over down here to your color palette. And you're going to want to select what color you want to make your orb. So for funsies, I'm going to make a red orb. So you're going to want to select your first color somewhere near the top, maybe a little bit darker, somewhere around there, doesn't matter. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to select your second color, and you want to make it fairly dark. You're going to want to make it noticeably darker than the first color. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to select the layer with your base orb. You're going to right click, blending options, and then you're going to want to go down to gradient overlay and check that off. Then you're going to click it, and you're going to change your gradient to the color palette that you selected. And as you can see, it's applied there, but that's not what we want. You're going to change the style to radial. There you go. That looks a little bit more like an orb. So what you're also going to want to do is you're going to want to open inner shadow, select that. You want to make that a little bit larger. And you're just going to want to play around with it, and no, that's too far. You're just going to play around with it until you get the right sort of look. Right about there. That looks good. Now, you could stop here, but this doesn't look very orb-like. It's not very convincing. So, you're going to want to select your second layer that you created a while ago. And you're going to select your brush tool. Now, you want a soft-edged brush tool, and you're going to want it fairly large. You're going to want it like a significant size compared to your orb. Maybe a little bit smaller. Right about there, that looks good. Then you're going to want to change your foreground color to white. And you're going to put it... you also want to make sure that the opacity is 100%. And then you're going to put that somewhere near your orb. Well, somewhere on your orb, sorry. Right about there. And this is going to make it shine. Obviously, it doesn't look very convincing right now, but you're going to want to change your layer filter to overlay. There we go. And you're going to want to do that a couple times until, there you go, you got a nice little gleam. We're going to make that a little bit smaller. And there you go. Now you got a nice little lightened area. Now, you can change the area it is in depending on where you want your light source to be from. It could be from the side if you wanted, from the top, bottom, just play around with it. Next, what you're going to want to do is, this looks a little plain. So, since it's an interface orb, you're going to want to maybe give it a little bit of texture, maybe a crack or two, depending on what style you're going for. Since I usually like to do a sort of gritty, cracked, broken sort of style, I'm going to open a scratched metal texture. There we go, metal. And I'm going to find one that I like. How about this one? Oh, no, that's too small. Sorry. This one. There we go, that's better. So, select our marquee tool. There we go. Drag that out of here. Put that over top. Going to want to change the style to overlay, and then play around with the opacity until you got something you like. I think that's about good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a sort of mask with it. You're going to want to hit Control-Alt-G, and oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, since we have a gradient overlay, we can't do that. So what you're going to want to do is hold Shift and just make it about the size of your orb. I forgot we can't do a layer mask because the gradient overlay overlaps over the mask, and basically it overlaps any change to the underface of the orb. So if I was to do this, black, as you can see, I'm clicking, you can hear it, and it's not doing anything because the gradient overlay overlaps over top of it. And since the opacity of the gradient overlay is 100%, you're not going to see anything. So if I do this, now you're going to start to see the white and the stuff under it. But, we don't want that. So, basically, you've got your orb right here. You can add, some extra stuff. Just for fun, I am going to add a crack so you guys can see. So, I'm going to find a crack brush, because when I try and make them myself, it just doesn't look very good. Okay, about there. I'm going to change the orientation of that. About there. Yeah, that looks good. Change the size to something that I like. Right about there. No, I actually kind of liked it at its full size. And, oh, yes, before I do that, Control-Shift-N, make a new layer. Don't be foolish. And we're just going to click that right there. Now, obviously, this doesn't look very nice right now. So, overlay, and there, that looks a little bit more believable. And we're going to change the opacity to there. That looks better. And orientate that. And then we got a nice crack. But, we can't just stop there. We got to make it look really believable. So, I'm going to add some shattering glass to make it look real. So glass, this one. There, that looks good. Lighten. Um, oh, sorry. Rotate that about there. Apply the transformation. Get the smaller brush. Not close. And we're just going to erase some of the undesired glass away. And then you could, change the color of this glass. And the only reason that this black is showing is because that's a transparent background. We can get rid of that by doing this. There you go. And there you go, guys. You can play around with that, add some details wherever you feel, and just, have fun with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys again next time.